What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you my custom Hearthstone cards. These are all of mine. This is going to be a pretty decent sized video, I guess. And I know this is going to be my first Hearthstone Hearthstone video overall. I'm planning on I'm going to start trying to record Hearthstone. And let's get into this. The first card I made is called TNT. This is always the one that gets buffed in your hand. This is like synergy with the hand buff cards from like Moon Streets of Gadgetzin, the Goons cards. Like if you have like a hand buff card like Don Han Cho, that minion will always get the upgrade, the buff. But if you have an AoE buff, then it just everything gets buffed, essentially. I think this is slightly underpowered. Maybe because it's so slow, but and it takes so long to set up, but it'll be worth it when you get a huge minion on the board. Then again, there's not that many good hand buff cards, so moving on. Next is Prophet Toranoan, I think. Whenever your opponent draws a card, gain a copy of it. Whenever they play it, discard your copy. So it's kind of like you can see what your opponent draws, but and you also gain a copy of the card they draw. So if they drew a Tyrian Forging, for example, you would also draw one, but when they play it, yours gets discarded. So you can kind of see what they've got in their hand. Next is Pricey Assassin. I really like this one, even though I'm pretty sure there's a typo on it. This one is a 6-mana 9/9, which is pretty good, but it costs 1 mana to attack. And you can't beat the system by spending all of your mana then attacking. It wouldn't be able to attack. It costs 1 mana, so you have to be smart. Next is Weak Poison. It's poisonous and it deals 0 damage. You might think, oh my goodness, this is so overpowered. It's 2 mana destroy minion. But Weak describes it perfectly. You have to have spell damage for the poisonous to work, otherwise it won't do anything and you'll just waste your mana. This is Last Breath. It should cost 1, honestly, because it's so underpowered. Or maybe After should be replaced with Wind, so it will get destroyed right away. Yeah, it's pretty trash, really. If I got this from a pack, I would have some dust. I'd gain some dust after it. Next, there's the Brave Barbarian. This is one of my favorite ones. It's always targeted by random effects. If you play Brawl, this would survive. And if your opponent had a Ragnaros, this is one that would get killed. If you have 2, well, it's a 50-50. The next few are pretty bad and not original. Kamala Totem of Death. Valkyrie gain +1 attack for every mana crystal overload of this game. I made this to sort of be like a Bolvar Floor Dragon kind of thing. And it might actually be pretty sick in the game. You tell me what you think about this. This one would be good if the art was good. I got lazy and just searched Archimon, not Archimon art. So yeah. But Valkyrie destroy a minion and resummon it on your side is pretty good. But it has so low stats for its cost. And death rattles do trigger as well. Here's Medivh Corrupted. Spell damage +2, no battle cry. But his hero power, Unimaginable Power, deal 1 damage and it's affected by spell damage. So even if you didn't have any spell damage minions, it would still do 3 damage. This is pretty slow though. Whispers of Yogg-Saron. Choose a minion and cast random spells until that minion is dead. Target's chosen randomly. This would be a funny card to play, kind of like a cheaper Yogg without the body. A funny play would be Death Speaker, and on the minion that you choose, then play Whispers of Yogg-Saron. Eventually, the game would end. Illidan the Betrayer. At the end of your turn, add a random Demon Hunter card to your hand. The Demon Hunter cards are pretty strong. For example, Blades of Azzinoth with Wind Fury and a 3/6 weapon. The Burning Legion, fill your hand with random demons. Evasion, give all friendly characters stealth until your next turn. Nefarious Dreadlord, just a good body. And Dual Slash is deal 3 damage twice. So if you have spell damage, this does 6 damage, but if you have spell damage, it'll do 8. So spell damage is kind of doubled on this. Servant of Hadronox. Taunt Death Rattle, give your minions taunt. This would be good if with Hadronox. If if it counted 4 of them as taunt minions when they get summoned by Hadronox. Acromantis, another Druid Spider card. Charge a Wind Fury, Poisonous, Divine Shield. It's like an Alakir, the Windlord. Pretty spooky art, to be fair, though. Light Shadow. Restore 20 health with Lifesteal, and you get the Spirit Healer. The Spirit Healer, when it finally loads, is a very interesting card. It's a 5-mana 8/8 like all other cards. But it has a lifesteal and the interesting battle cry of, for the rest of the game, fatigue damage heals you instead. This one's kind of like a meme. Fire Guardian. Taunt whenever this minion takes damage, give this minion to your opponent. Obviously, it has very high stats for the cost, but it just flip-flops around. The Reckoning has come. I made this as a joke as well. Use 50 emotes. Reward, ha 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 ha. And ha 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 is replace your WoW emote with the Headless Horseman's off. If you were around during Halloween, there was a tavern brawl where you could verse the Headless Horseman or something like that, and his emote was an evil laugh. It was so funny. Calicos, 7 mana 2/7. With this minion has spell damage equal to its attack. Pretty slow, but like Vlax293 over here said, quite a weak card for everything except priest. So maybe it would be a priest card, maybe. Nelthurian the Earth Warder. At the end of your turn, add a black Dragonflight card to your hand. This is like the Illidan the Betrayer. Breath of Deathwing. Destroy minions, summon 2/1/1 whelps for your opponent. Like Leroy Jenkins' Battle Cry. Black Dragon Egg. 0 mana 2/2. 2 mana 0/2 with Death Rattle. Add a random legendary dragon to your hand. So you could give this taunt. Lil Deathwing. Taunt. Death Rattle, deal 2 damage to all minions and discard a card. pretty sick card actually. The Cataclysm. This is like card, the new card Cataclysm, where destroy all minions and discard your hand, but cost 1 mana more to destroy only the enemy minions, and another plain vanilla minion. This one, sorry for the poor art. Draw a card for each friendly dragon. The Headless Horseman. Charge Death Rattle, add the head and the horse to your hand. It's basically an infinite minion. You can keep summoning it as long as it's not silenced. The head and the horse obviously are very underpowered, but if you put them both on the same turn, you can resummon the Headless Horseman. It was like a cool Halloween card. This one was a scumbag card. Whenever I was watching BlizzCon, I heard about legendary weapons. I was like, this would be a great card, and I doubt it would be, but maybe actually, since some of the relics are terrible. Kingsbane though would be hilarious to take control of. Anubis summoned 2 jackals. The jackals are 3/3 minions, which buffs Anubis. Blackhand is a really cool one I like. So if your deck has no weapons, create a custom weapon. You get to choose the cost. Here are the basic stats for them. Then you can choose two buffs. First are the stat buffs, then the text buffs. The stats are give your weapon 2 attack, 2 durability, and +1/+1. Then poisonous, wind fury, and immune while attacking. And here's an example. Prophet Carroll. Each turn this is in your hand, transform this minion into a random minion from your opponent's hand. Kind of looks like Shifter Zerus. Penguin Worshipper I made as a meme. It's like a Cthulhu Worshipper. Then Gorslotch. Death Rattle, shuffle the Avatar of Star Garrison to your deck. That shuffles Star Garrison to your deck. He destroys your deck and shuffles an amount of Legion cards into your deck equal to the cards destroyed. Star Garrison Strike, destroy minion, destroy all minions, fill your board with random demons, draw 2 cards, and deal 3 damage. Twisted Murglemancer. Outcry, deal 4 damage to your hero. Summon a 1/1 skeleton for each damage dealt, and it's a Murloc. Yep. People said this should be a Warlock card, but I disagree since it shouldn't be a Murloc though. More like a evil Warlock. Then the meek shall inherit. I saw this when I saw the summon the repeatable Vistern cards. Oqua the unpredictable. Death Rattle, deal damage to all enemy minions equal to the last number of your current health. This one is interesting because if you had 29 health, it will deal 9 damage to all enemy minions, but if you only had like 11, it will just deal 1. Plus, it's understated. Grax the Pest. Replace your opponent's hero power with what was at the start of the game. Get out of here, Shadow Reaper Anduin. That was made to counter the priest deck. Then the Druid of Betrayal. It's a Druid card, but with a choose 1, but it has downsides instead of benefits. Then we have Dr. Plague. Transform any minion damaged by this into a plague rat. And with plague rats, transform any minion by that into a plague rat. And it's very icky. I know a guy who knows a guy. Discover a card that discovers a card. And then Dr. Volt Explosion. If your deck has no epic minions, create a custom egg. I don't know what I was thinking with no epic minions. Small egg, discover a 3-cost minion for the egg. Medium, discover 6, and huge 10. And you get to discover a minion for the egg, and the minion is secret as well. There you have it. There are all of my custom Hearthstone cards. Hope you enjoy. See you later. Peace out, man.